Shalom, shalom, Yasharella, Kahalayim La YAHAWAH, SIMEON, BAHASHAM, the honors of the elders and apostles, a great millstone, and teaching with will. Peace and salutations be to all the elect. And by that Tazwa, I'm coming at you from the prophets in Babylon, camp here in Tampa, Florida. This lesson is going to be going into end time headlines article. And let me grab it in my images. I had to screenshot some of it because for some reason when I log into end time headlines, it turns off my voice record. So it says end time headlines. It says Bill Clinton demands Trump's Department of Justice release all of the. Oh shit! They almost got me. They almost got me good with that one. Okay, it says Bill Clinton demands Trump's Department of Justice release all of the Jeff files, claims thousands being hid. Okay, now they said something about 550 pages being hid, or 550 pages being blacked out on the files that they did release. Okay, so for the files that they did release, 550 pages was blacked out and redacted, so-called. All right, but Bill Clinton came out, which is actually one of the former presidents. Shit, I think he was on there too. They just say he's on there too. He calling for the immediate release of all the remaining Jeff files. It says former President Bill Clinton has called for the immediate release of all remaining Jeff files held by the Department of Justice, DOJ, following the partial disclosure that featured multiple photographs of him. All right, so they spilled the beans over on they used Bill Clinton as a scapegoat, but he's saying that there are more people that are in there that are being hidden, which Trump is definitely in there. All right, we already seen pictures of him with Jeff as if they were best buddies. All right, so there's more. There's got to be more in there. According to Bill Clinton, he said there are thousands more. All right. It says, in a statement issued through a spokesman on December 22nd, 2025, Clinton asserted that someone or something is being protected. We need no such protection. He specifically urged Attorney General Pam Bondi to release any outstanding materials mentioning him or containing his photographs. Oh, wow. Clinton accused the DOJ under President Trump of conducting selective releases to imply wrongdoing about individuals who have already been repeatedly cleared by the very same Department of Justice over many years. He argued that withholding files fuels suspicion of insinuation rather than genuine transparency. And that's just what Esau do. All right? They say they're going to do something and then they do it partially. All right? They don't do it wholly. So that's why you had Trump at one point keep brushing off the question and the demand to release the files. Okay? Like, why do you care about that? That's Salaki, excuse me. Saying things like, why do you care about that? Those things are of non-importance. We have more important matters to worry about. You know, all these excuses. And then all of a sudden, randomly, he just says, okay, let's do it. Let's release the files. He immediately went with it. Which what I really believe he did was he went to his boys over there in Israel. Okay, the Jews, all right, the so-called, okay, and had them pull some strings for him and get his name redacted out of them files and this and that. All right, because they got the power to do shit like that. Okay, and then when they agreed, okay, he went forward and said, all right, you know what, let's do it. Okay. Which, if you're paying attention to the signs, you know, someone doesn't just go from the opposing side to the other side just like that. All right, and this is the president we're talking about. Okay, you don't just make any kind of slip-ups like that and say, you know what, don't do it. I don't want to do it. We're not releasing it, this and that. You can't be so against it, so firm against it, and brushing it off and ignoring it as if it's a nuisance to you, and then be all for it the very next week. All right? It don't really work like that. That means he's done something. And then here it is. They got all those pages blacked out. For 550 pages blacked out. Well, Clinton goes on to accuse him and say that there's thousands of pages that ain't been released. Okay, they done blacked out half of it, and then you got thousands of it that ain't even been released. Okay, it says the demand comes after recent DOJ releases included images of Clinton at social events, swimming with women, and alongside figures like Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeff's convicted associate. Okay, it says other photos showed celebrities such as Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, and Kevin Spacey in Jeff's orbit, though no context or dates were provided, and presence in images does not imply wrongdoing. It says 19 alleged victims of Jeff and Maxwell criticized the DOJ for mishandling the release. Give me 1 second, I gotta get over. Slovakia. It says, for mishandling the release, they claimed violations of the Jeff Files Transparency Act enacted last month, requiring full disclosure by mid-December through withholding vast documents and inadequate redaction. There's more, but that's all I screenshotted so far because I don't want to read too much into the. Salaki. I don't want to read too much into the article and lose out on scripture time. All right, but you can look that up on End Time Headlines in Google and look up the headline of Bill Clinton demands all files to be released, claims thousands being withheld. All right, so that's just not right, and it's not fair to the people that's been demanding these things. It's not fair to the victims. That's just how Esau rolls the ball, man. Okay, that's how they get down. So let's grab some scriptures on how Esau gets down. So this is the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 44. And the NLT, for you are the children of your father the devil, speaking to Jake, 230 Jake. And you love to do the evil things he does. He was a murderer from the beginning. He has always hated the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, it is consistent with his character, for he is a liar and the father of lies. All right, this devil is a deceiver, which what devil really goes into is the word deceiver. Okay? All this nigga do is lie. When he speaketh a lie, it's consistent with his character. Okay? That's the type of man he is, man. Okay? So don't be surprised when this devil constantly gives you these false promises and empty hopes. Okay? Empty promises and false hopes. Salakia. Alright? And that's exactly what he'll do. He'll gaslight you all day long. Alright? Before he was in office, he was all about getting them files released. Okay? Just so he can get in the seat. And when he got in the seat, he started gaslighting people. Alright? And that's when he lost a lot of his followers and a lot of his voters support. Okay? When he got in the seat and started gaslighting these people about something he said he was going to do. But that's just how the devil works. And that's who is in rulership today. Alright? Now, if they're lying about that, imagine how many other things they're lying about and keeping from you. It's a lot worse than you think it is. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 58 and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. All right, so the wicked are estranged from the womb. They're different from the moment they're born. Okay. Let's see what the GNT says. It says in the GNT, Psalms 58:3, says, evildoers go wrong all their lives. They tell lies from the day they are born. All right? And Trump is an evildoer, man. And all those people that are next to him. All right? You gotta be completely evil to be on that island doing shit like that he was doing. And acting like nothing ever happened. Hey, I done heard stories from these victims of what Trump was doing to these little ass girls. All right, that's not even shouldn't even be mentioned. All right, and that's why they really want to. That's why they got everything redacted. That's why they got everything hidden and didn't release everything. Here it is. This devil guarantees full disclosure of the files, and then puts the papers out there and blacked out the words. If this isn't the devil, where and who is he? All right, this is who these Americans put their trust in. You got to do better than that, man. You gotta do a lot better than that. All right, and none of your presidents are any better. You see, Bill Clinton got put on blast too. All right, but because he wasn't Slovakia, but because he didn't participate in going against it or fighting against those files being released, all right, his ass was used as a scapegoat. You know. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 19 and verse 9. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. Proverbs 12:22. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. Okay, it's an abomination to the Lord for a nigga to sit there and lie. Okay, acting like nobody sees you, but the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He sees everything you're doing, and we'll bring it to light. All the things you're doing in the dark, the Lord going to bring it to the light, and he's going to expose you for your wickedness. As it says in Luke 8:17, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. Like them Jeff files, them redacted pages. Okay, the things that these devils are doing behind closed doors. It says, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. Neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Okay, so you can't hide this forever. This shit can't be redacted forever. All right? Them small hats over there, they got these files completely unredacted. They got them without them being redacted, man. Okay? If you hear these devils reading on the news, when they disclosed the UFO files, all right, files on UFOs, those are redacted too. Here it is. They say they're going to disclose and be transparent and be straight up and honest with the country, all right, about what they've seen about UFOs. But majority of it was redacted. The guy reading it out, he reading it, and all you hear is redacted, redacted, redacted. It sounds like a fucking broken machine. Okay? So these devils don't really intend on letting you in on what's going on. All right, they want to hide things from you to clean up, to keep their image clean. But these small hats got them files completely unredacted. So if Trump ever slip up or don't do something that they want him to do, they gonna drop them files. All right, and that's why they speak the way they do. Okay? That's why they can threaten America and get away with it. All right? They got America by the balls. It says, let's see. Oh, that's really it. You can grab the variation, a different variation of Psalms 19 and 9. A few verses before, it says a false psalm. It says Proverbs. It's like that was Proverbs 19 and 9. So it says Proverbs 19 and 5. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. He's not going to escape with those lies. They're not going to escape with the things that they have kept hidden. We just brought out a scripture saying it's going to be brought to light. And everything this devil does is going to be brought to light. Okay, as the scriptures say, if he doeth any good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he shall declare his wickedness. He's going to declare the things. He's going to declare his evil works in the end. Maybe not Trump, but it may be somebody else that don't like Trump, but still happen to be an Edomite just like Trump. All right? You look at these devils. The Lord look at these devils and consider them one. All right, all the Edomites, man. Okay? But without a truth, it was most edifying to you. I cannot wrath to listen to truth and sincerity. So next to Yahshua, I give all glory, honor, and praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Shalom.